Welcome to Orlando summertime. Got a little bit of I think we got some tropical weather hanging out over us. There's a little system right off of the East Coast. It's kind of spinning around a little bit. You can tell because everything's moving from east to west. Normally, not usually like that except in tropical storms. But I didn't show it, but the line to buy ponchos at that gift shop right before you go through security was backed up almost all the way to the parking garage. People, it's Florida. You're gonna get wet. Who gives a shit? It's vacation. Have a good time with it. You're gonna dry off, right? I don't get it, man. Stop worrying about it. Just have some fun in the rain. Enjoy a theme park in the rain. You haven't done it? Stop being so damn rigid and give it a try. We stop here in CityWalk. The Minions are getting ready to take over. July 3rd. I can't wait. I cannot wait. Not too much changes over here at Cinnabon either. I was about to say, building's definitely gutted out though. Everybody's afraid of the freaking rain, man. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. It's Matty. I'm finally here at Universal Orlando Resort, back again for the one, the only Epic Universe Preview Center. It opened up actually on Thursday, this past Thursday, the 13th. I was actually headed out of town that day for, again, a fantastic family vacation weekend up at Gun Lake in Michigan with, my brother, sister-in-law, niece, and my dad. We had a great weekend. So this opened up that day I flew out, so I was watching some of the vlogs and everything on this thing, and it looks pretty incredible. So I can't wait to see it in person. We'll check out the augmented reality and all the merchandise. And I tell you, I cannot wait for this park to open up, man. I am super excited. We're taking a break from Disney for a while. I know I've been hammering Epcot for a little bit. There's a lot going on, but we're gonna do some Universal, some SeaWorld, a whole bunch of other stuff coming up. We'll sprinkle some Disney in here and there, and I got some other things up my sleeve as well as we move on into July. Can you believe 4th of July is only about 2 weeks away? My gosh, where's the summer headed, But without wasting any more time, we're gonna get our ass in gear and we're gonna head that direction to see the brand new Epic Universe Preview Center. And from what I've been hearing, we could be looking at, again, this is rumors now, like I said with the other vlog, capital RUMORs, maybe doing annual pass holder previews or special previews of the new theme park, Epic Universe, January, February, March, with a proposed opening April or May of next year. We shall see, but I do know they are way ahead of schedule, and I've been following the construction since it was pretty much a dirt lot out there. So it's incredible what they've done in 2.5 years. Stunning. As I've said before, Universal's going to build an entire theme park in less time than it took Disney to do the Epcot renovation, which was basically some planners in a building. Yeah, go figure. So again, let's go check out this preview center. Let's see what it's got to offer. I can't wait to see it. Can't wait to bring it to y'all. Welcome to Main Street Fire Rescue. We are now in service. And as it would be, the rain finally showed up today of all days. So I actually had to film this underneath the canopies of the Italian kitchen here. It's coming down pretty good. It's supposed to rain all day today. Should be good by tomorrow, but I didn't want to wait any longer. I wanted to come out and see this, so we're braving the rain for this. And we really don't have to do much, just gotta exit out that way and then run through the rain and into the preview center. Let's give it a look.
Squad 51, stand by for response.
Wow. Oh, they got pins. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get me one of these for sure. So basically how this park is designed is it's separated into different areas. The main area when you first walk in is going to be called Celestial Park. That'll be home to lush tropical gardens, lots of really amazing pathways. Looks like some kiosks, some little restaurants and that. It'll have the access portals to all of the other areas of the park. And it'll have 2 or 3 attractions, one being Starfall / Stardust Racers, the dueling roller coaster. It'll have the Constellation Carousel, which I think is going to be kind of a first of its kind. And it'll have the, it's kind of like a splash pad themed around astronomy. So this is the first part you'll see when you walk into Epic Universe will be Celestial Park. And basically each one of these lands are going to have portals that enter into the lands. Our first one up, How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk. This is pretty neat. They have these screens in these portals.
It's raining harder, Beth. Yeah, I saw that.
So this is kind of how it's going to look when you walk into these portals to go into the different lands. And the way they've designed it is it looks like you won't be able to see the lands from Celestial Park and that till you actually walk through these portals. Yeah, it's going to be incredible. And then each land has its own like medallion here. Oh, and the new Wizarding World. Universal teased a major announcement coming tomorrow. They just did their typical, it had the Epic Universe type of theming, and it just said 6/20/2024. So my guess is we're either going to get an announcement for this new land, the Harry Potter Mystery of Magic, or they're going to do a deeper dive into Dark Universe. One of the two. Oh no, that is cool. This is the medallion on the entryway. This is incredible. Oh my God, look at the pin. Okay, all right. I'm gonna have to rein it in a minute here. Look at this.
There's somebody who's probably done.
That's incredible. Oh, we got some water bottle, man. All right, so I'm gonna try not to point out all of the merch. Like a lot of vloggers do that. They go, oh, we got some cups, some water bottles. Well, no shit, I can see that's a water bottle, so I'll try not to do that. And our next land, Super Nintendo World, man. So it looks like that I'm going through the portals, or looking at the portals as if we were going counterclockwise around the park. You can actually see this Mount Beanpole from certain areas along the roads that are on the perimeter around Epic Universe.
We have a process.
What I'm hoping is that they come out with a pin set that are all of the medallions for the different lands. That would be a neat set. Oh my gosh, there's the freaking model. Look at this thing. They weren't kidding how big that is. We'll check in on that in a minute. I want to finish going around the outside, around the outside, and then we'll check out this model. Holy moly. the other land over here is the new Dark Universe.
Oh, yeah.
This is, I think a lot of people are excited for this one, including me. This is going to be basically Universal's classic monsters. Yeah, I really think when this park opens, of the more popular lands, I think it's going to be kind of a combination of, I mean, all of them are going to be very widely popular, but I think the one that's going to have the most demand, I would say between this and Super Nintendo World. Because this is something that doesn't exist anywhere. I mean, there's a couple Super Nintendo Worlds around the globe now at various Universal parks, but there are no Dark Universes anywhere. This is going to be brand new. Wow. Hopefully they come up with a Dark Universe pin. I would get one of those. I'm curious to see what they're going to reveal whenever they do reveal the Wizarding World, because they are being extremely tight-lipped on the attraction. Almost as if nobody's going to have a clue of what this attraction is until you actually ride it. I mean, whatever it is, they keep teasing that it's going to be one of the most technologically advanced rides ever created. So it kind of has similar vibes to, I'm calling all my Kings Island faithful. Anybody remember when Tomb Raider was being built and opened in Kings Island and nobody had any clue what Tomb Raider was until they actually rode it? That's kind of how the attraction feels like for this one. It's supposedly going to be some out-of-control elevator type ride is what we're assuming. And what I find amazing is they're already planning for expansions. And imagine, too, what all of these lands are going to look like at nighttime. It's going to be absolutely incredible. All right, time for some viewing of the model here. And then we'll do some pin shopping. That we have to do. Here we are. Look at this. And I'm going to tell you all, I've seen some of the vlogs on this. You cannot begin to appreciate the size of this model and the detailing unless you actually see it in person. I hope I bring a good enough detailing to you all that you can get an idea of this, but you got to see this in person. I mean, it's incredible. But for those who aren't able to get here to see this in person, I'm going to do my best to give you the best view of this thing I can. So we're going to start off over here in the front. This is the main, of course, where everybody's standing. Everybody's up front. As soon as I can get a little gap here, we'll show you the front, and then we'll work our way probably counterclockwise around like that. Similar to how we went through the store. Here we are at the main entrance. Right here will be where you walk in. Right there where my camera's pointing, that'll be the Chronos that you'll walk underneath. That's kind of the centerpiece of Epic Universe. It's going to have all, from what I understand, it's going to have all the medallions of the lands in there, I think. But I would have loved to have gotten what a lot of the social media people got for the previews of this. Universal sent a lot of the locals that do social media here that have pretty good followings. They sent them a model of that Chronos, and it's pretty deep. I would say it's about 1.5 to 2 feet tall. And as they reveal each land, they keep sending them the new medallions that go into that Chronos. I would love to have had that. But we'll keep working. So as you walk through here, this is the main center area of the park. This is all Celestial Park. It goes all the way back to the Helios Grand Hotel. That's why I said the center of this park is going to be stunning. I mean, all the water features, the carousel right there. Right there is Starfall / Stardust Racers. And then tons, and look at the shade. Remember what I talked about earlier in my last vlog at Disney was all about the shade? Look at the shade. Universal listened. And this right here, that's going to be called the Atlantic Restaurant, which is going to be seated down below. So you're going to be eye level with all the water in these water features. Incredible. This giant building here is supposedly going to be the Untrainable Dragon Show, which you can see that over at, I think it's Universal Beijing. And then this is all the How to Train Your Dragon land. This by far, I think, is the biggest land in Epic Universe. It's huge. And like I said, then we'll start walking around that way. And way back there is the Wizarding World, the theme park hotel, the Helios Grand, the Dark Universe over that way, Super Nintendo World right here. I think it was said this is going to be one of the largest theme parks in the world. And it's going to be right in our backyard. How freaking exciting is that? I'm a firm believer that this is going to be the United States version of Tokyo Disney Sea. And this right here is the recently renamed Stardust Racers, formerly Starfall Racers. Apparently there was some crazy copyright thing going on. But it's a great nod to the Dueling Dragons. And apparently one of these moves, I think this one right at the top, right up there, that's the Celestial Spin they're calling it, which has never been done on any type of roller coaster before, so that'll be a first of its kind element. I mean, even down looking at the pavement, they're going to have all these symbols in the pavement, and just, this place is going to be unbelievable. And right here in front of us is the Wizarding World. I believe right here, this gigantic building, this is the show building for the Ministry of Magic ride. And then also on the other side here, right here is, I believe there's going to be a show. This is all going to be for the attraction. And apparently it's going to look like you were walking into the Ministry of Magic. And in the middle of the park right there, you see the fountains. That's actually going to be a huge Bellagio-style fountain. And one thing real quick, what's neat when I look at this is I used to do this kind of stuff for architecture. I used to make models like this. I had to do one for my senior project at Purdue. It was a full-on restaurant project. Design a restaurant from basically the ground up. And it was all an entire semester-long project. When the semester was over, you had to have a full set of working drawings, and you had to have a model that you could, so you have models like this, but some of them you can actually pick the roof up off of and see what's inside, which is how mine were designed. And then once we were all done with the project for the semester, you presented it to Fanning and Howe Architects out of South Bend, and then they gave you your grade, and that was whether you passed or failed. No pressure, right? And this is the Helios Grand Hotel. This thing is incredible, man. Look at that. And that's just a model. I can't imagine what this is going to look like in person. So obviously front entrance here, and then in the back, the whole hotel is going to overlook all of Epic Universe. It's going to be similar to the hotel that overlooks Tokyo Disney Sea, kind of like that. And then right here, this is the famed Dark Universe. And then this giant building in front of me is the show building for what's going to be, I guess it's a ride themed to Frankenstein, I guess. And the other thing I'm looking forward to seeing is this tavern here. It's going to be called the Burning Blade Tavern, and is the wind. They've actually had permits filed for fire effects. So it looks like as that blade spins, it's going to be on fire or have similar effects on and off, kind of like the fire-breathing dragon at Diagon Alley. But like, look at the queue here. That's going to be the queue for this ride. Right here, Super Nintendo World. So this is going to be the largest Super Nintendo World for any theme park. Because we're not only going to have the Super Nintendo World there, which is where my camera is pointing, but we're also going to have the Donkey Kong Country expansion. And I think of the rides, I think this minecart ride is going to have pretty long waits most of the time. Because the way it's designed is it's going to look like the mine carts are going over this broken track and jumping tracks and everything. And what I found amazing is Universal said it in a press release, there's going to be no screens on this ride. It's going to be all physical sets. Again, they listened to the people. People said, especially after the Fast and Furious debacle, when they opened that ride up, they're like, please, no more screens, or take a break from the screens. And they did. A lot of the rides and attractions out here are going to be a combination of detailed physical sets and screens. That Constellation Carousel is going to be it's a beautiful structure. I mean, just look at it. Can't only imagine what this place is going to look like at nighttime.
So they got Nintendo World.
And then right there is the show building for Bowser's Minecart, or that's the Bowser Mario Kart attraction. All right, I figured out how to do this augmented reality thing. Look at this.
That looks like it'd be really cool because they're like intertwined. Yeah, because they're running at the same time. Is this the aisle reverse too? Yeah, this is open. Like all the way down there, I know aisle first. This whole like quarter of the thing.
So the streaks you see, that's the augmented reality.
Mario Land looks like it might be.
See the difference? Standard?
Kind of like games not really open in a flat, but really
Augmented reality.
like I walk around with the resort
This is all of our
Of course, my last stop, Super Nintendo World, which has the most people around it. I'm telling you, it's going to be a combination of that, Super Nintendo World, and Dark Universe for the most popular lands. I mean, look, it's just everybody's crowded around there. This model is gigantic. I'm not even kidding. You cannot appreciate the size of this thing until you see it in person. Or you can try to. I mean, look at the people standing around it, and then look at the size of the overall model. All right, let's go try to sneak in over to Super Nintendo World. All right, let's bring Super Nintendo World to life, shall we? Oh, look at the mine carts.
Remy, come here. Wait, don't. Remy, look. Yeah.
Also, there's been a lot of questions people have asked, and even me, I had to look it up, how to get the augmented reality to work. What you have to do is you have to download the Epic Universe app. If you just turn on your phone camera, it won't work. So we'll show you how to do that. And also, wherever you see this symbol, the phone with the AR on it, that's an augmented reality area. So if you point your phone at that, you'll see the animations like what we saw earlier. One of the other things is, I know it's definitely more crowded in here than normal. It's also pouring down rain out, so that's, you know, adding to it being a lot more busy in here than normal. This is the QR code that you scan on your phone, and then that'll bring up the Epic Universe app and download it. And then when you open the app up, it'll open up your camera, and then you'll be able to see the entire map come to life. All right, we'll take one more look here, and then we'll go do some merch. This is also another one of the QR codes that you can scan to get the app right here. So if you're going to be making a trip here soon, scan that QR code, you get the app ahead of time. And this is cool. This is a picture of the big Kronos. It's going to be in the main entrance of the park. It's kind of hard to see with the glare. There we go. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. There's rumors abound that a lot of the laid off Imagineers from Disney came to Universal. And when you look at the design of this new park, plus all of the new additions they've made over the last couple of years, I'm thinking that's probably pretty accurate. All right, we got to get some pins today. That's going to be one right there. And I think I'm going to do one of the Wizarding World pins. I love that. That's kind of a cool pin too. How to Train Your Dragon Out of the Burke. Yeah, I'm big fan of this one. I love this one. The Ministry of Magic. That is really cool. So this is what the portals are going to look like in the park.
They're doing another announcement tomorrow. I think they're going to take Wizarding World for last.
I mean, the other thing, like, just the detail as they're doing the fly-through of these lands. The detailing is unfreaking believable. Look at that. There's a good look at what the portals will look like. This is as you would see it from Celestial Park. And then when you walk into the lands, there's what it'll look like. I mean, this is just so well done. I cannot wait for the Mario Kart ride. Oh yeah, check out Dark Universe. Look at that. I think that portal is going to look amazing, especially at night. So there's nothing for Dark Universe yet because there's a lot of rumors that that's going to be tomorrow's reveal. And then there's the front entrance. I mean, I'm speechless. Look at that carousel.
This whole thing shows it's going to be
anything like that, but eventually once they announce everything, we'll have all this around.
Look at that restaurant. How amazing is that?
What do you mean excited?
Wow.
That's in my top.
I'm excited for all of it. That was
Yeah, I'm really excited. I know. Most ones I'm excited for is either we don't have to.
yeah. But they know. They're calling it out. We already know
That restaurant there is supposed to be pretty good too. That's the neat thing about this park is you're gonna, even if you live here like I do and you be able to visit countless times, it's gonna be one of those where it's gonna take multiple visits, you know, over and over again. Similar to like Epcot, where it's gonna take a long time to officially see everything. All right, one more look. We'll come back and we'll do it again, I'm sure. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, this was the old original Universal theme park store as you exited the park, and then when they built the new one over by the main entrance of CityWalk, this became the Legacy preview store, and then that closed a couple months ago, and now this is the preview center. I'm guessing when Epic Universe finally opens that this will probably transform into another form of a gift shop, I'm guessing, or they'll keep this for a little bit. We shall see. All right, well, it's raining. Let me put the camera away for a minute. We'll talk in a second. Holy shite, ladies and gents, boys and girls. That's incredible, man. I was excited to see this after watching some of the vlogs that other people have posted, but man, nothing is as good as seeing that in person. Wow, I am truly amazed. I have not been this excited for a theme park edition probably since, you know, Volcano Bay opened up in 2017, and then the Avatar expansion in Animal Kingdom, and I think it was 2017 as well. We got a lot to look forward to here at Universal. As I said earlier, it's amazing to know that we're going to have this incredible world-renowned theme park in our backyard for those of us that live here, and for anybody that's vacationing here. They're going to have an opportunity to go see this place. Anybody that says this isn't going to affect Disney next year is outright lying. Again, I'm going to say it. I love Disney. I really do. However, big capital H, however, what they've done recently has more or less irritated the crap out of me because of just how shoddy everything has been. You know, Tiana's Bayou Adventure, Rainforest Cafe, Broccoli Mountain, Hobby Lobby, Michael's Flower Aisle explosion, whatever you want to call it, can't stay running. I mean, for pass holder previews, very few people have been able to ride this thing. You know, they're just doing everything so crappy right now, and again, I'm going off on a bit of a tangent, but it seems to me that they know that Disney World is the most popular of the Disney parks, and they know that people are going to come here regardless, so we can just give them scraps and just good enoughs, and they'll be, and charge them out the ass for everything, and they'll be fine with it. I'm telling you, right now they can do that, but when Epic Universe opens up next year, and people start coming in and seeing the quality that Universal's putting in their parks, even SeaWorld, with their new Antarctica expansion. Well, it's not really an expansion, but they've upgraded the entire Antarctica land and then put in a new roller coaster. Everybody is really making big steps right now, and you got Disney opening up a freaking building that was a fraction of what it was supposed to be. Basically a giant landscaping project, which was the center of Epcot, and then somehow that's supposed to appease everybody. You know, I'm telling you, there's going to be such a shift in where people spend their money next year. I'm telling you, especially as things get harder and harder. I hate to say this, but you know, you can't ignore reality. The economy, things are getting tough on people, and just look around at the Facebook posts and all these different theme park groups. Everybody's trying to figure out how to do these vacations on a budget now, and what money can we save, and you know, what can we cut out and still have a good time? I mean, it's all of this stuff on how to save money. So you can tell that money is tightening down on people. And there was an article that I'm going to do a vlog on it in the very near future, but it was said that over 50% of people now that do Disney World vacations are going into debt to do so. That ain't good either, because that means that over half of the people that you see walking around Disney World can't really afford to be there, but they are because they're going into insane amounts of debt for it. That's not good. So there's a moment of reckoning coming up, and I'm telling you, when Epic Universe opens, yes, it's going to be very popular. It's going to be very popular for a while, but also it's going to make Universal a full week long destination. Where they said that was one of the biggest troubles with Universal to begin with, is while it's a decent size, you can't really justify spending a week here, because really you have Universal and Islands of Adventure, and then, you know, they got Volcano Bay, and they keep trying to call that their third park, but it's a water park, you know, although a beautiful, probably the best themed water park I've seen here in the States. But it's still a water park, and some people, they just don't jive with a water park. So realistically, they got two parks. Epic Universe, when it opens, is basically, even though it's going to be the third park with the size of it, it's almost like Universal is going to be adding 2 or 3 extra parks. I mean, it's that big. So it's going to make Universal a week-long destination now. Meaning people can, let's say they arrive here on Monday, and then they leave on a Sunday. They arrive here on Monday, they literally can spend, you know, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, all at Universal. There's going to be more than enough to do. And that's why Disney World is so popular with people, is it's so big that it's a week-long destination or more. But now Universal's going to be sharing that spot now as a week-long destination. And again, as money gets harder for people, they're not going to be able to do both. They're going to have to pick and choose. And, you know, when you look at everything offered, Universal is not only going to have stuff for adults, but also kids. There's a lot of kid-themed attractions and shows, splash pads, playgrounds, interactive elements, like you name it, it's all going to be there. So from the adults to the kids, there's going to be something literally for everybody. But anyway, thank you all very much to all our military, first responders, healthcare workers, teachers, anybody that works in the public sector. Thank you all very much for everything you do. We couldn't do it without you. And from one firefighter medic to everybody else, it's very much appreciated. I hope you've enjoyed this vlog. As I've said always, it's been the truth. It's been actual. And I hope for you all y'all, it's been mighty satisfactual. Main Street Fire Rescue out of service. See you, everybody.